Alright guys, this is going to be a set of videos or a series about explaining how I thought about a said anime. And this anime I'm going to speak about today is Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. It's about a dragon that can morph into a maid. Um, that's literally about it. But at the very beginning of the anime, she stumbles upon, I'm not going to ruin how they come across each other, but Kobayashi, stretch that stumbles. Kobayashi is waking up in the morning after a party night, let's say that. She gets ready for work, she goes outside to, ready to leave for work, and she sets eyes with this dragon called Toro, and she's grateful what she did previous night, and so she comes in to help her out, and she becomes a maid. You find that out in the first episode why she's becoming a maid. Um, and I think she's just grateful for the things she did at the beginning of the anime, so she's helping out Kobayashi. And hijinks, hijinks goes across. I can't say that word, but they end up at the like a couple more episodes go by. They find out that there's another dragon by the name of Kana that sensed Toro's energy as she spewed fire once. So she comes after, finds Kobayashi, thinks Kobayashi is, well, thinks she is in love with Toro, and sorry for the butcher eyes of these names, but so cutting the story short, they Kana ends up living with Kobayashi and Toro, and Kana kind of adopts Kobayashi as a mother figure, and hijinks happen to them at all times. They come across another dragon girl called Lukoa. She's the stereotypical big busty character of the anime. If you've seen anybody cosplay, it's usually this character in this anime. And then Lukoa is trying to figure out how she can get this boy called Shota to take care of her and like her, and don't know why he's this little fifth grader is scared of her, why nervous around her, and she enlists Kobayashi and I was about to say Lukoa, Tora, to help them. And this is jumping around in the series, so this is not going to follow chronologically how the series ended up. But they end up helping her. They become better friends. That speaking of Lukoa and Shota, they become better friends, and Shota is more embarrassed to Lukoa because of her lust. She's more lusty than the other dragons, and so that kind of goes on and goes on. But that's like a abridged version of it. It's a very good anime. What I think of it, and there's a big conflict. Cutting back to it, there's a big conflict at the end of the anime that I'm not going to ruin because it's only a 13-episode anime. So I'm just going to let you watch it, and I'm leaving out another character. But what I think of the anime is it's very slow paced. It's kind of it feels like, and I know it's supposed to be a slice of life comedy, but it just feels like it takes too long to get to that point when that big thing happens to the characters, which I didn't mind. It was really good. It was kind of predictable, I would say. It was very predictable, but all in all, the anime I kind of liked it because the art style reminds me of Lucky Star. Lucky Star, very soft, very colorful, very moe art style. And it's not a bad thing. I really like it. They have thin lines. The art style is very thin lined. Very colorful, as I keep on repeating. The sudden jumps when Torho, whatever you call her name, it becomes a dragon, a full-fledged dragon. When like that episode, that part of the one of the episodes when Kobayashi's thanking Torho for helping out the other day, so she washes her body when she's a dragon. That's very kind of moe or kind of very subtle, and I like that. I really like the idea that it's very not forced. It's very just subtle, and I really like that. The characters are. I really like the characters. The two characters I really like. I like them all, but the two characters I can really get behind is Kana. My favorite one is Kana, the little fifth grader that they meet later down the road. She's just very to herself. She's very cute. She's very moe. Again, let's keep on using that word. But she thinks of, as I said earlier, if I did, I've recorded this like 4 or 5 times. She thinks of Kobayashi as a mother figure after a while. She looks up to Toro as a figure because she's something what she is later down the road. And I just really like how she thinks, and Kobayashi becomes the mother figure, goes to a sports festival for Kana, appreciates it. It's very cute. And that's very cute. The hijinks with Lokoa and Shota at the, and, they ask something of royal class, if I'm thinking of that right, and Shota, he picks her and wins. Brief things, kind of going off track, but I really like the characters, and Lokoa is my second favorite one, not because of obvious reasons, just because she's very impish, very dim-witted, but I know she's not dim. She's putting it forward. She's an ex-goddess because of drinking on the job or drinking the night before. They shun upon it. But I really like her because she has like a heart of gold. She's very, as I mentioned, she's very like that. There's 2 scenes. What made for Lakoa, my favorite scene for her is the her getting summoned by Shota. That's a spoiler. This is going to be a spoiler. This is farther down. I should have said this before. But she gets summoned by Shota, because Shota comes from a family of mages, and Shota thinks she's a demon. So that's my favorite scene because she's just clueless. She just goes up. She draws a gram in the air or a symbol so she can get summoned by Shota. And I like that scene. It's very like she's clueless. She just does it. She just does it off the bat. And then Kana's, backtracking. Kana is my favorite character. Her scene is at the beach when she is. It's just a very brief scene. Is when she's kind of kneeling down, poking at a crab. It's a scene that you see the crab's view, and then you see her view, and then the crab, and then she just picks it up and eats it. Just off the bat. But that's what really took me away from was the characters were really good, really well made, really well written, and it was a slow pace. And as I keep on repeating, I like to repeat myself in this. You'll hear a lot of this, and it just what, and I want to kind of categorize this into this too, this into this. Every anime has to have a kind of feel to me. If I cry, I like the anime. There's several animes I cry. Take my man card. But did this anime tear me up like Your Lie in April? Or I think it was called Your Lie in April. I even say Azumanga Daioh made me kind of tear up at the end. That's for another thought video. But did this make me cry? I said, I kind of not. I saw the end coming. It wasn't a bad ending at all. It was just predictable. Slice of life, anime dragons, 13 episodes, cool. Can't wait until the second season. I like the anime as before. Let's get collected here. At the very end of it all, and all my rambling, if you could understand any of this, I generally liked it. I can't wait for the second season. There's hints of the second season. I like all the characters. There's just 2 main characters I like. Even the one I left out, I kind of like. He's just more of a side character. Would I give the common folk to watch this anime? Probably not. I would start out with something different. But if you're a veteran, if you want to use the word veteran, To watch this anime? Yeah, watch this anime. If you had to stream it, buy it, or just pass it up, I would say probably stream it. I'm not condoling, I'm not saying, hey, go do this, but there's streaming websites, or wait for it on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime. I think you should stream this. If you can't get anywhere else, try to find it somewhere cheap, just on DVD. And I guess I can say buy it would be on Blu-ray if you really necessarily like it. Like Dragon Ball Z, I think everybody should own that at least on Blu-ray or the Dragon boxes. But if I had to choose a rating, it would be just stream it. It's not a bad anime. Can't wait. If you guys have any other feedback, I know this was kind of jumbled, kind of all over the place. That's how I am. Much mouth. But if you have any criticism, I'll cry a little bit because I'm a man. I have too girly. I'm too girly. But if you have any thoughts of how I could be better at this, or any game plan, or any whatever, if you have any thoughts, leave it below. If you like it, like the video. But I will talk to you guys later. Enjoy your day. Boop, boop, boop.